What's going on? It's Justeeni here. Got some more tiny lakes moment. I'm almost done going through all the tribes, and then we'll have the funny tier list thing. But we've got Yadakk this time, and Yadakk is a pretty interesting tribe. I feel like a lot of people try to compare this to Omaji, but at least on tiny maps, they don't really play the same at all. Because what you want to do with Yadakk is you want to use roads. What you do with Omaji is you use riders. Sometimes there's some overlap. Sometimes you get riders as Yadakk. Sometimes you get roads as Omaji. But more often than not, Yadakk is just content with roads only, and I'm going to show some examples of that in action. So we've got this first game. This one isn't like the super cool content one, but it's just going to kind of show what to expect with Yadakk. We get a nice road opening. I go fishing pre-cap just to get some nice explorers going. And yeah, that's going to happen. Get the explorer. Yadakk does quite like getting those lighthouses. Not as much as something like Omaji, but it is still appreciated nonetheless. I am able to get this lighthouse, which means I'm already very close to Eye of God, but I'm going to decide to play a bit aggressively here. Really roading these warriors up. Get another explorer, see what's up. They already have a border growth on capital because they have Eye of God with just 2 cities, which is kind of crazy. I guess that's what happens when you have a lighthouse spawn, and they went for climbing, clearly. But now I'm able to just kind of zoom around again without riders, just using roads. It's more expensive than riders to do it, but it's definitely worth it. Now I have Eye of God, and I'm going to be able to get a nice turn 6 giant. Bring some more units over. Slay my Eye of God down there. And yeah, really strong expansion. Still have not bought riding, by the way. Again, that's the big thing, is I'm just using roaded warriors, because on these tiny maps, you don't really need that extra movement from areas, because look at how small this map is. You don't need that extra movement. Now they get their giant in return. They're going for the city, but again, I'm kind of chilling. I pushed this warrior the wrong way because I'm stupid. But yeah, I'm going to be able to reach over there. Another pop rune, because why not? But then there's still more to this. Obviously, this should be completely winning at this point as long as I can keep this. But then the other thing is the archery with Yadakk, and this is kind of surprisingly a pretty common game plan with Yadakk. You go hunting, archery if possible, or fishing, and if neither of those are good, then you go for org, or if like you've already gone for one of them and you just want more city levels. But archery is really good for Yadakk, especially compared to like Omaji. Now they do a border growth, but yeah, I'm just gonna spam archers and they're dead. Very epic gameplay. Like, no riders needed at all. Just ranged units plus roads is already very good as is. I'm just going to steal the ruin because why not? And they resign. And now I'll go ahead and cut to the next match. Alright, so that first match, that was just a showing how Yadakk works sort of deal. Now we're going against a more meta tribe, Chinchi. Probably one of the tougher matchups for Yadakk, because Yadakk struggles a bit with giant spam. And not only that, this will be just a pretty difficult game in general, so let's get right into things. Again, going with road opening, but I miss my second city. Not ideal. I can kind of tell where Chinchi is at this point. I thought they were in the south, but and now I can definitely tell they're not. They've actually out-expanded me, which is not a good sign. I'm going for my upgrades. I decide to get the explorer after for some reason, which is weird because yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with that, but go off, Justeeni. Resource rune is very good here, though, getting those upgrades. Now I go climbing to kind of stay secure, and I know that I'll need it if I want to chance at Eye of God, so that's what we're doing, because I really need Eye of God here. I only have 3 cities. They have minimum 3 cities. I go hunting now. You might know why I'm going hunting. Subtle foreshadowing. Don't get the explorer yet because I want to funnel it just a little more. Now, I'm just hoping there's enough moves left in the tank. It's really just down to luck. There needs to be a mountain on one of these tiles, and I don't get it. Kind of unfortunate, so I missed my Eye of God. The opponent did not. They're getting an extra city, and they're Chinchi. So they have a level 3 and a level 2 forge. So what do I have in terms of compensation? Anyway, so I decide to not resign though and play it on just in case. Now going with archery, that was my plan here. Again, this is why Yadakk's just not like Omaji. It's just not the same. Going for the archer spam. Now they place their Eye of God, which was like... Oh, I guess they didn't have this house yet, maybe. Maybe that's why they were late to Eye of God. Who knows? But I can go for some pew-pews. They've got swords, which aren't very good into archers. And then they're getting the giants, but yeah, Smithery's still good, just for getting a lot of giants. And then eventually being able to support with like riders and then knights and whatnot. But I'm just going pew-pew with my archers. I kind of give them a kill there. It's fine. It's a little annoying. Now they go for the riders. Yep, now Pop Ruin. Pop Ruin's insanely clutch here. I go for Border Growth. And it'll make sense in a little bit. Why not Pop Growth? It's because I want Forestry. It's going to get me the giant, but also you can maybe see some potentially good sawmill spots. And yeah, this is my first giant. They have their third giant now. They have roads, just like me, but I have the power of archers here. Going pew-pew, Fat Warrior there. Just being very annoying. And again, this is the main reason why I played it. I was just in case like they couldn't find a way to deal with archers. What they need to do is get knights here. And if they do that, for all intents and purposes, this should be pretty bad, especially since now I'm going catapults. Really going all into the ranged units. They're kind of chipping away. Getting more swords and riders. Now I can get a really nice catapult push. Push this back where it'll be very safe. And now I'm getting some giants, so now even if they get knights, it's actually still a little unclear. I think they should have really been trying to pursue knights earlier. But they're really trying to attack me, which is just not the play here. Now they get their gate of power, though. They get another giant. Again, they've gotten 4 giants this game. I've only gotten 2, but we're actually just about to be equal in terms of super units because their giants just died. Now, I get another giant now. I'm the one ahead in super units. And despite the fact that I've been down in cities, down in eco because my cities have also been lower level, the entire time, they still have not gotten knights, by the way. They've been kind of focused on naval, which is not the play here. Now I go for another catapult, more archers. They decide to land here, which is why I made this catapult. I was kind of hoping they'd do this. I have the unsiege here, like easily with a giant push. And they're starting to feel the pressure. The city is basically unable to train units because of the catapult, but then I move this catapult even further up just to put some more pressure. They kind of have to kill this giant or else they're kind of screwed. Now I can get the giant here, and this giant is completely trapped. Catapult is there to support. Bomber, though, very nice play. Taking out a lot of my ranged units. And they are going to be able to chip away at this giant. Is it going to be enough? Not quite. My catapult does live to see another day, but it is weakened because of that bomber splash. I can take out that giant and then I can go in the water now. Now this bomber's under threat and this city's under threat as well. And since they just spent a bunch of stars on navigation and bomber, I feel like they don't have forestry right now. They can't just get another giant. And sure enough, I can now clear the way. And despite the fact that, again, I was down in eco, down in cities the whole time, ranged units are kind of strong on the tiny map. And Yadakk can make ranged units work. Roads are quite compatible with archers in particular, and archers are already very meta. And Yadakk is also like pretty good into like Hoodrick and stuff. They're not bad into Luxor either. Like honestly, all around they're a pretty good tribe. I'd argue potentially better than Omaji. I mean, there's some things that Omaji does better, like Omaji can use riding and get farms and stuff, get a really quick Eye of God. But Yadakk definitely has some interesting potential. Again, I say this a lot, like, oh my goodness, this tribe's secretly underrated. I think people just like don't understand how to use Yadakk properly, and maybe people will understand. Ranged units with Yadakk, archers and roads, really good combo on a tiny map. Not a lot of space, archers cover a lot for very cheap, and they're very efficient because they don't take retaliation. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, like and sub, and have a good one.